Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 5 Minute Church, part 2 of the Imagination series. So today we've got a few specific words. Maybe not everything will apply to you, but believe that the Lord is speaking to you if you've got a soft heart and ears to listen. So let's get straight into it. We're being encouraged to yield to the Lord and receive his strength. For those of us who've got kids, let's believe that that seed that's gone into them will not return void to the Lord. So if our kids have been through the youth camp or through the children's churches and they're walking with the Lord now, great. But if they're not coming to church, don't be disheartened. Believe that the Lord will bring them back at the right time, because they are actually a seed that's gone out into the world for the Lord. In the areas of finances, we've been told to give, and as we do so, that will force Satan to take his hands off of our finances. And just before we go into imagination, there's a word for those who are applying for visas. The Lord is saying if you're making a visa application at the moment, to trust him. So do everything you need to do in the natural and believe him for favour. Be honest. If you're not, he will not be able to help you. So obviously say what you need to say. It's probably not a God idea to say anything you don't need to say, but be honest, believe and expect favour in the area of visa applications. Imagination. Obed's going to encourage us today, but just quickly going to set the scene. So we're talking about imagination, we're talking about faith. Faith is the platform for imagination to take place, for the imagination to become reality, for it to become active. And what we're trying to do here is we're trying to get our mind in line with the Spirit. And this can be a process. It might not happen straight away. Sometimes there's a bit of undoing of our thought patterns, the way we think. But that's the ultimate goal. We're trying to get our mind in line with the Spirit. So what do we mean by imagination? What we're trying to do here, we're trying to paint those graphic pictures in our mind's eye, complete with all the emotions and all the feelings of what it is we're trying to achieve, or whatever that goal is. We're trying to get all those things to work for us. That's what we mean by imagination. So our mind, just be conscious, our mind is opposite to, and it's very powerful, but it's opposite to what our spirit wants to do. So we have to be active about this. We can't be passive, because the default setting, unfortunately, although our spirit is born again, our mind and emotions, it's part of the flesh, and it's not born again. It's part of what we've inherited from Adam, and it's sinful, and it's going to take us the wrong way. So remember, your mind wants to control you. It wants to control you, and it wants to dull your sensitivity to your spirit. So Proverbs 3 verse 5 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Lean not on your own understanding. Acknowledge him in all your ways and he shall direct your paths. As I said, Obed is going to encourage us shortly in that area. So our mind is going to try and take over. And for those of us who've had a negative history, some of us have had a nice childhood, a good, happy childhood, happy upbringing, and it's probably a little bit easier for us. But some of us had not so good. So where there's been like abuse or violence, or some of us had some terrible things going on. Those negative thoughts and memories will try to take control over us. So we still have to deal with them, but trust the Lord. What we need to do is just stay close to the Lord, and he will help prevent us from having those thoughts. And so just very quickly, what we need to do is we're going to yield to the Lord, receive his strength. We're going to believe God for our children. For those of us who are believing for visas, we're going to believe for successful applications. And we're going to stay close to the Lord, and he's going to help us from thinking the wrong thoughts. Have a great week, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, Obed. Would you just like to share what you felt God was saying to you today?
Today, the message was very awesome. It's all about imagination. God, what I feel like the Lord was saying, in all things we should trust God. We should put all our trust in God. And we should believe that he's a great God and he's a God of impossibility. And we should not allow our mind to control our spirit. We should imagine whatever we want to achieve, wherever we want to be, we should imagine it. The power of imagination. God is able to do all things, great and exceedingly, above all. So we should put our total trust in God and let the Spirit lead us. We should avoid allowing our mind to control us and lead us, because most of the time it leads us to distractions. So we should put our total faith in the Lord. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Obed.